Ciao a tutti, benvenuti al Facile come Italiano. Hello everybody, welcome to Easy as Italian. I am Reza and today I've come to talk about some juicy good examples of Passato, prossimo. Well, thanks to one of the Persian subscribers of the channel who mentioned that we need more examples, I've come here and thought, well, yeah, she's right. So we're gonna check some examples, first starting with the passato prossimo sentences that come with avere, and then we go to essere, and slowly we take the difficulty higher, and let's see if it can make us understand it better. So right now, tap the like button and continue watching the video to see if we can learn it completely and perfectly. So here we are with some simple examples of avere. Well, as I have told you, the main verb, the past participle of our main verb that comes after the auxiliary verb indicates which one should be used, avere or essere. And through that rule, we have said that the main verb, we should look at it if it shows a movement or in a more professional way. If it doesn't have an object, we use essere. If our main verb doesn't show a movement, or in a more professional way has an object, then we use avere. Now, avere, well, surely is easier than essere. Working with that, it has less rules, so we're gonna start with it. And our first example says, Hanno giocato con I bambini. Hanno giocato con I bambini. Hanno, third pronoun plural. They have. Giocato comes from giocare, to play. So they have played or they played con with I bambini, the children, the kids. They have played with the kids or they played with the kids, as he says that. Okay. Now I have a verb here that many people may think should come with essere in Italian language because it's showing a movement. I have a news for you, it doesn't show any movement. Portare, to bring. Well, it seems that it's showing a movement. Yeah, but it doesn't. Really, it doesn't. I told you that we have two ways to see if our verb should come with essere or avere. The first one was seeing if it shows a movement or doesn't. The second one was seeing if it doesn't have an object or if it has an object. Okay? Now, let's see the more professional way that is about the object. Well, portare, it has an object. What do you bring? I bring this car, I bring this pillow, I bring this book, I bring this person. They are just very good objects to use, okay, with portare. And now about the movement thing, well, it's not movement. I mean, it doesn't show any movement. Yeah, when you are using portare, when you are using to bring, you are moving something, but you're not moving yourself necessarily, okay? You can move this pillow from here to here. You're not moving yourself, you're just moving the pillow, okay? This is the secret. Portare comes with avere. I think it's easy. So let's see, for example, I say, ho portato mia sorella a scuola. Ho portato mia sorella a scuola. Ho portato, o, first pronoun singular, portato, the past participle of portare. I brought mia sorella, my sister, a scuola, to the school. Okay? To school without article. Ho portato mia sorella a scuola. I brought my sister to school. Or I have brought my sister to school. Easy enough. Now, let's go to some other examples. Now, as we know, another rule that says when a verb comes with reflexive objective pronouns, it should come with essere, right? Now we have a verb like sentire. Sentire can have two meanings, right? Sentire, to hear, or sentirsi, to feel, right? And when we are using the meaning to feel, we should use reflexive objective pronoun with it. So, sentire, sentirsi. It's the trick you need to learn. To hear, to feel. When we are using to hear, the meaning to hear, we should use avere. When we are using the meaning to feel, we should use essere. So for example, I have an example here. Ha sentito un rumore. We are using avere. So sentito here means to hear. Ha sentito un rumore. He or she has heard, or he or she heard a voice, okay? A sound, a noise, kinda, okay? Ha sentito un rumore. He heard the sound. He has heard the sound. As easy as that. Let's see another example. Now we have another rule. As you remember, we talked about modal verbs, right? Verbi modali. Now, if you remember, we talked about the rule that when we are using modal verbs, we should put an infinitive after them always, okay? And when we put modal verbs in passato prossimo or any other kind of tense that has the combination auxiliary verb, main verb, the infinitive after the modal verb is something that indicates the auxiliary verb. I mean, the infinitive is something that tells us if we need to use essere or we need to use avere. Okay? So, let's look at the example. We say, avete voluto mangiare la torta. Avete voluto mangiare la torta. Avete voluto mangiare. Avete second pronoun plural. Voluto comes from volere, to want, one of the most useful modal verbs. Avete voluto, you have wanted, mangiare, to eat. So now, mangiare, to eat. It doesn't show any movement, it has an object, so we are using avere. Okay, so the reason we have avere is because of mangiare. Mangiare doesn't show any movement, it has an object, so we are using avere before our modal verb. This is the trick. Avete voluto mangiare. You have wanted to eat. You all have wanted to eat. It's easy. And then la torta, the cake. You have wanted to eat the cake, or you wanted to eat the cake. So be careful. When we are using modal verbs, we should take a look at the infinitive and see if it has an object or doesn't, so we can understand if we should put avere or essere before the modal verb. We will see more examples of it, don't worry. Just for now, try to make yourself busy with this. Let's see the other examples. Now, with the verbs that come with essere, with the essere part of passato prossimo, we are here again and we want to start with modal verbs again, so we can have an idea about when the modal verbs come with essere. For example, I said when we're using modal verb, we should take a look at infinitive, okay? I have an example that says Stamattina siete voluti andare in palestra. Stamattina, this morning, okay? Not so important. Siete voluti andare, so voluti andare. Our infinitive is andare, to go. Obviously showing a movement, and also doesn't have any object if we want to go that way. So we should use essere before the modal verb. And here it is, siete, second pronoun, plural. Siete voluti andare. But why here we have voluti, not voluto? Well, here is the secret. When we are using essere in passato prossimo, the past participle of our verb changes its ending depending on our subject's gender or plurality. So now that our subject, siete, you, all, the second pronoun plural, is plural, then we should use voluti, or if the subject is all feminine, volute. Okay, so siete voluti or siete volute andare. This is all the tips it had. Stamattina siete voluti andare. This morning you have wanted to go in palestra, to the gym. This morning you wanted to go to the gym. Stamattina siete voluti andare a palestra. Easy. Let's see the next example. So with these examples, we're gonna check some things about this ending changing of the past participle of the verbs depending on the plurality and the gender of the subject. For example, I say sono uscito. Uscire is a very useful verb. It means to go out, okay, to exit, kinda. So we have sono uscito. Sono first pronoun singular here. Uscito, just the past participle for uscire, that is singular masculine, right? So sono uscito, I have exited, I got out, okay? Now I can also say, if I was a feminine, if I was a girl or a woman, sono uscita, okay? Sono uscita, I got out just this time. I don't know, I'm a girl, okay? So sono uscito, sono uscita. Or we can say sei diventato grande. Sei diventato grande. Sei, second pronoun, singular. Sei diventato. Diventare comes from diventare. That means to become, okay? Or to turn. So sei diventato, you have become grande. You have become big. You have gotten big, okay? Or you have grown up, or you are grown big would be better, I think. So sei diventato grande, but the point is we can also say sei diventata grande if you are my subject, a feminine. If my subject, you, is a girl or a woman, then sei diventata grande, you have become big, you have gotten big, okay, you've grown big, however you want to translate it. This is the tip. Or let's work with the plurality. For example, sono partiti ieri sera, okay? Sono partiti ieri sera. Partiti first comes from the verb partire. Partire, to part away, okay? To kind of leave would be better to translate it. To leave, partire. Now, the past participle would be partito, masculine singular, partita, feminine singular, partiti, masculine plural, and partite, the feminine plural. So, when I have partiti here, I know that sono, well, as you know, sono can be io sono, I am, or loro sono, they are, okay? So we don't have anything except the pronouns to indicate which one it is. So here, with partiti, that is plural, we know that sono is loro sono, they are, okay, or they have left. So sono partiti, they have left, okay, or thus, or just they left ieri sera, yesterday evening, okay, or last evening, you can translate in English. Sono partiti ieri sera. Now, this was the thing about the changing, the endings changing in passato prossimo. Let's see other examples and get to know it more. We have the verb ricordare, to remember. Ricordarsi, better to say, because it comes with a reflexive. Ricordarsi, I can say ti sei ricordato, or ti sei ricordata, del mio compleanno. Ti, the reflexive objective pronoun of the second pronoun singular. Ti sei ricordato, or ricordata. Sei is again the second pronoun singular for the verb essere, and ricordato comes from ricordarsi, or we can say ricordata if you are a feminine. So ti sei ricordato or ti sei ricordata means you have remembered. Remembered what? Di or del mio compleanno, my birthday, okay? Ti sei ricordato or ricordata, depending on your gender, del mio compleanno, you remembered my birthday. Remember, when you are using ricordarsi, I've said before, you need to use di after that always, okay? Because literally you are saying, you have been reminded of my birthday. It's the literal way, but you don't have to get yourself in it. Just know it for your own knowledge. When you are using ricordarsi, you should use the after that to say remembering of something. Okay, so ti sei ricordato or ti sei ricordata del mio compleanno. You have remembered my birthday. Easy. Now, let's talk about two more examples and then finish. There are two verbs we're gonna talk about right now that we almost do them every day, okay? That they come with reflexive. The first one is lavare. That means to wash, okay? When we are using it to say washing other things, we would just use the normal form lavare, like lavo il piatto, I wash the dish, okay? I wash the plate. Lavo il piatto. But when I'm using lavare to say I'm washing a part of my body, like I'm washing my face, I'm washing my hands, or I'm just washing my body, I'm taking a bath, I have to use lavarsi, the form of the verb that comes with reflexive objective pronoun. Okay? So for example, we have an example like mi sono lavato I denti. Mi sono lavato I denti. Mi, reflexive objective pronoun for the first pronoun singular. Sono, first pronoun singular of essere again. And lavato or lavata depends on the subject's gender. That I would use lavato. Mi sono lavato I denti. The teeth. I have washed the teeth. I washed the teeth. Now, the teeth here mentions my teeth, okay? It's my teeth. But if I just say sono lavato I denti, it wouldn't indicate my teeth. I mean, yeah, the Italians would understand you're talking about your teeth, but it would be wrong. I mean, yeah, it would be wrong grammatically. Okay, so you need to use the reflexive objective pronoun with lavare, okay? So you can talk about washing your own body or your own body parts. Mi sono lavato I denti. I washed my teeth. I have washed my teeth, okay? That actually means I brushed my teeth, okay? It's a very, very common phrase to say I brushed my teeth, and I have never seen any Italian person using any other phrase other than this one to say I brushed my teeth. So this one, pretty useful, use it. And then we have another verb that is cambiare, that means to change. Again, it's like lavare. If you're using it to describe other things, you should use cambiare, to change. If you're using it to mention your own clothes or things about yourself, accessories and stuff, you should again use cambiarsi, that comes with the reflexive, okay? Like you change your clothes, you change your glasses, your necklace, everything, okay? You just should use cambiarsi, like mi sono cambiato or cambiata, depending on the gender of the subject that I would use again, cambiato. So mi sono cambiato, I changed, okay? That just means I changed my clothes. And this is a very, very useful phrase again. So mi sono cambiato, try to remember. And now the examples are finished and the session is also finished. I hope it has been useful for you. If you still have some problems with the parts of passato prossimo, just tell me in the comments which parts do you want to know more about, and I would make more videos about them. Passato prossimo is not something we can ignore. It's pretty important and useful. It also influences many other tenses, like, I don't know, futuro anteriore, tra passato prossimo, conditional perfect, or I don't know, some other things. So you know it till now if you're following my videos. This is the thing about passato prossimo. Tell me if you have problems. I would try to solve them. Now, it's the goodbye time. I hope I can see you in the next couple of days. Have fun, my friends. Thanks for watching this video.